In the dense thicket of the African jungle, a village lay secluded, its existence shrouded in an eerie stillness. Whispers rode the breeze, carrying with them the ominous specter of an unknown terror. Amidst this labyrinth of silence, a young nurse named Mira arrived, her arrival marked by cautious glances and hushed murmurs among the villagers. Setting up a humble clinic, Mira became a beacon of hope in the shadowy cloak of fear that gripped the village. Unbeknownst to her, a silent menace lurked, tiptoeing through the minds of the villagers and setting the stage for an impending catastrophe. A desperate arrival. One fateful evening, a father and his feverish daughter, Emira, stumbled into Myra's clinic. Fear etched deep lines on their faces, their eyes pleading for salvation. In a hushed and trembling voice, the father whispered the name that sent shivers down Myra's spine: Ebola. Panic surged through the clinic, the word hanging ominously in the air like a heavy shroud. Determination laced with dread, Mira sprang into action, setting in motion a race against an unseen enemy, her heart weighed down by the grim reality that Ebola had invaded their sanctuary. The unveiling night. As the night wore on, the village transformed into a haunting tableau of fear. Emira's plight became the fulcrum upon which the community's terror pivoted. The once vibrant square stood deserted, shadows looming where lively conversations once thrived. Mira toiled tirelessly within the confines of her clinic, her efforts a flickering flame in the encroaching darkness. Beyond her walls, the villagers huddled in fearful clusters, their whispers weaving a tapestry of impending doom. Echoes of anguish. Through the jungle's labyrinth, cries of anguish reverberated, intertwining with the ominous silence. Mira, sequestered in her battle against the invisible adversary, reached out desperately for aid from medical authorities. Yet, the village lay ensnared by the jungle's embrace, its isolation a fortress against outside intervention. Alone in her pursuit of salvation, Mira grappled with the weight of responsibility, her resolve the only bastion against the encroaching threat. Dawn of dread. As the first rays of dawn breached the horizon, the village teetered on a precipice, unaware of the impending catastrophe. The jungle, bathed in ethereal light, seemed to hold its breath, its secrets locked within the dense foliage. Myra's clinic stood as a bastion of hope amidst the encroaching darkness. Yet, the shadows of uncertainty loomed large, casting a pall over the village's fate. With the morning light came a foreboding realization: the battle against Ebola had only just begun. A seething silence. Morning broke, but the usual cacophony of life remained absent. The villagers, gripped by fear, tread lightly as if afraid to disturb the fragile equilibrium. Within the clinic, Myra's dedication knew no bounds. Her every action was a testament to her unwavering commitment to stem the looming tide of Ebola. Her heart raced with apprehension as she tended to Emira, knowing that the fate of the village hung precariously in the balance. The veil of isolation. Surrounded by impenetrable foliage, the village remained a world unto itself. The outside world seemed like a distant dream, its aid and expertise unattainable. Mira grappled with the overwhelming weight of responsibility, navigating uncharted waters in her quest to safeguard the lives entrusted to her care. The sense of isolation deepened, amplifying the severity of the situation as hours stretched into an eternity of uncertainty. A race against time. Days melted into nights, and the village plunged deeper into the clutches of an unseen adversary. Myra's clinic transformed into a battleground, where the front line was the thin veil of her protective gear. She navigated the dance of contagion with precision, yet the virus proved an elusive foe. Emira's condition worsened, the cruel grip of Ebola tightening its hold on the young girl's fragile frame. Myra's eyes mirrored the collective despair of the village, their hopes tethered to a flickering flame that threatened to be extinguished. The unyielding enemy. Ebola, a specter of death, prowled through the village like a relentless predator. As Mira fought valiantly within the confines of her makeshift clinic, the virus silently crept through the shadows, claiming victims with a chilling inevitability. The once vibrant community now resembled a ghost town, its soul drained by the insidious plague. Every footstep echoed with the weight of impending loss, and the jungle seemed to mourn in sympathy, its normally lively symphony replaced by a haunting dirge. A community in desperation. Outside the clinic, the villagers huddled in anguished clusters. Fear painted their faces, and desperation fueled their silent prayers. The walls of isolation tightened, cutting off the village from the outside world. Myra's pleas for aid echoed into the void, the jungle swallowing them whole. The realization that the village stood alone in its battle against the silent storm deepened the creases on Myra's forehead. The once resilient spirit of the villagers now wavered on the precipice of despair. A shattered sanctuary. Within the clinic's walls, the battle against Ebola raged on. Emra's weakening pulse echoed the village's fading heartbeat. Mira, adorned in her protective armor, bore witness to the toll exacted by an enemy invisible yet ruthlessly efficient. The air in the clinic grew heavy with sorrow, each breath weighed down by the collective grief of a community on the brink of collapse. As Mira fought to save Emra, she grappled with the harsh reality that this silent menace had shattered the illusion of invincibility. An unseen sacrifice. In the dimly lit clinic, Mira faced a crossroads. With medical supplies dwindling and the virus spreading its tendrils, tough choices loomed. The once assured nurse found herself navigating moral ambiguities, torn between preserving the lives of the many or sacrificing some for the greater good. The weight of these decisions etched lines on Myra's face, her soul burdened by the unforgiving choices demanded by an enemy that knew no mercy. The echo of loss. As the sun dipped below the horizon, a hushed grief settled over the village. Emra's battle against Ebola reached its poignant conclusion, leaving behind an echoing silence that reverberated through the jungle. Mira, though exhausted and heartbroken, steeled herself for the challenges that lay ahead. The clinic, once a symbol of hope, stood as a testament to the cost exacted by the relentless virus. A resilient spark. Yet, within the darkness, a spark of resilience flickered. Mira, despite the losses, remained unbroken. The village, though scarred, clung to the glimmer of hope she provided. With each passing day, Mira forged a path through the dense jungle of despair, determined to see the village emerge from the shadows cast by Ebola. The fight was far from over, but in the face of adversity, the indomitable spirit of a nurse and a community held the promise of a dawn beyond the lingering night. In the wake of adversity, the triumph of resilience echoes beyond these jungle confines. The saga of Ebola, a testament to human tenacity, illuminates the power of unity and unwavering resolve against unseen perils. Let this tale remind us, in the darkest moments, hope shines brightest. Join us on Bizarre Enigma Stories to explore the resilience of the human spirit in the face of enigmatic challenges. Subscribe to uncover more tales that inspire and unite us in our shared journey through the mysteries of our world. Together, let's embrace the resilience that defines us. Subscribe for more captivating narratives of humanity's triumphs.